Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me in this reading. Today I am doing the monthly reading for July and let's see what this has in store for you. Do sit back, make yourself comfortable, relax a little bit and do a little slow breathing so that you're receptive to these messages and also, can connect with what's happening in your own life and how these messages are connecting with whatever it is that you are experiencing at this time, right? So I will start by pulling out 4 cards, one for each week, roughly a week, but the energies can play out for longer or a shorter duration. At the end of the reading, we will also get some general guidance for the month. So that's for your first week, second week, third week, and the fourth week. So, how does Taurus start the month of July? First week of July, Knight of Swords. It's a time to be on your feet. It's time to be getting going with things. It's going to be an action-packed week. Okay, not too much time to rest, catch your breath, right? A lot of movement and a lot of activity and being on your toes. 8 of Swords, the Magician card, and the Queen of Cups. There is something, which you have been feeling. See, that was the general energy I had given of being on your toes. Why? Because, for some time you have been feeling a little stuck. There has been something, a problem or a situation in your head which you have not been able to get out of. Not because there is no solution, it's because you have not followed up with a solution. There are enough solutions, there are enough ideas for you, but you have not taken any action on those. Right now, because for whatever reason it might be, you might not have felt that maybe the timing wasn't right, or you were not very sure, or you felt that I can do it later, postponing it, whatever the issue might be. There is something for which, Taurus, you need to take action in the first week of July. Okay, now what is that action going to be? What is it that you need to proceed with? See, whatever it is, you are thinking, the way you are looking at a situation, you are going to be doing, you need to break out of this for starters, and tell yourself that this is not something which is beyond repair, or this is something I cannot do anything. You need to see what is the change you need to bring about in the situation. Change which is going to come from a new way of thinking. Change which can come when you say a prayer to the universe to help you with a situation, help you with some ideas to break out of this, and so that your mind can be at peace and at ease. There is a lot of confusion. The mind would be feeling quite heavy also, because that problem is still stuck somewhere over there. It's like a bee in a bonnet, just keeps buzzing, and it's very, very annoying, because one is not getting a handle on things. So it would be a good idea to request and pray to the universe to send you something. Or if you feel that you have narrowed in on an idea to help you execute it, request the universe to help you. The Magician card tells you that the possibilities are endless. This is something you can easily come out of. Tune into your emotions as well. What is the solution that makes you happy? What is your deep intuition telling you that if I do this, then I will be able to sort this thing out and I will feel happy taking that particular step. It's not that you do not have an idea. You do have all the ideas to come out of it, but you're not able to zero in on the one which you should follow. So for that, you need to check with your happiness quotient. You need to check with your intuition. What feels intuitively correct? What makes you feel emotionally, grounded? What makes you feel comfortable? What gives you peace in your heart that yes, this is, if I do this, I feel very nice, I feel very good, and it comes to you instinctively. You're drawn to it instinctively. Based on that, you go ahead and do whatever you're required to do for this problem. Okay, first week of July is the time to proceed with that idea. So check with your thoughts, bring about a change in your way of thinking, take a new perspective to this problem. It is not something which you cannot handle. It can be solved very easily. You just need to zero in, and I've just explained how you need to do that. You can do anything you want with it. It's you don't even have any limitations that I should only do this or not do this. You can create what you want, you can create any kind of solution, but just check with your emotions how it makes you feel and go ahead with that one particular option. In the second week, we have the World card. 10 of Cups is the card of happiness. It's an end to this confusion which has been prevailing and probably eating you up for a long time. 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. See, it brings an end to that isolation, to that feeling of, I can do that feeling of helplessness, basically, that feeling of, just having to live with a problem. All of that comes to an end. The happiness returns to you, Taurus. And when you are happy, it affects the entire family. The family also will sense your ease. The family will sense that, you look a lot more relaxed, you feel a lot more happy. It's just your vibe, your energy. So just imagine, our own personal things, how they impact people we live with. So that, that in the second week, you will feel the atmosphere at home becoming softer, calmer, happier, a lot easier. Right? And where this feeling, even in the family, was that, everyone is on their own, there is not much interaction happening because probably you've been consumed by a particular thought. Right? All of that disappears, that bonding happens. The Page of Wands, it's that enthusiasm and the childlike enthusiasm, childlike optimism, all of that returns. That spark in your home returns, that spark in your family life returns, that joy returns. Everyone feels happy. That is what you will be experiencing in the second week of July. Third week of July, we have the Knight of Pentacles. 2 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles. I'm getting a sense of deja vu, when I'm seeing these set of cards. So in the third week of July, it's time to plan for the future. See, you have come out of this problem. You have had time to resolve it. You are feeling a lot better, comfortable. Now it's time to look forward. Whatever has happened in the past, let go of that. Okay? Let go of that. You know what? It was a phase. You went through it. Just let it be. Don't try to spend too much time analyzing the past. Be happy that it is over and just leave it at that and disconnect yourself from it at that point only. You do not need to analyze it. There is nothing left to pour over. There are no lessons to be learned. There is nothing to be gained from revisiting it and analyzing it again and again. You have come out of it happily. You found a solution. You are at peace. Family is fine. That's all you need. Now you look at the future. Do not look at the past. You give yourself that emotional closure to it, that okay, whatever it was, over and done with, I'm out of it and I have wound it up happily, which leaves me free to move on to what I want to do next, which leaves me free to plan for the next step. Keep your plans to yourself. Keep your happiness to yourself. Value the good things you have. Value, the goodness which you have got by dealing with this. It's so important that, the energy, time being consumed by difficult issues, vis-a-vis coming out of them, soak in that goodness, soak in that energy that, it's all worked out well, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm happy, I've come out of it. Enjoy that energy too. It's going, it's nice you're experiencing it for 2 weeks in July, because it gives you that ease, the comfort, the clarity of mind and heart to work at your future, to tackle whatever comes up next, to focus on what you can do to grow and develop. So do not sit back, and you will definitely do that because the cards are such, Two of Swords. You will feel inclined to revisit the past. When you do that, catch yourself and tell yourself, no, the very fact that I've come out of it is all that was needed. Hmm? Fourth week of July, you've got the Five of Cups. Taurus, honestly, it looks like you still are attached to that. Or even if you come out of it, you will be drawn back into that for some reason. Now we are going to examine that only. Why is it that you are being drawn back? You will feel that in the third week, but like the Eight of Cups says, that come out of it, leave it behind. So maybe you just brace yourself and tell yourself, I'm not going to think about it. But there is some emotional residue. That's why you've drawn this card. Let's see. See, Nine of Swords. There is some anxiety, though the cards are telling you not to deal with it in the third week. There is a reason. So at least in the third week, do not give it any time, effort and energy. Maybe when you disconnect from it, some core issues will rise to the surface which need to be dealt with and which need to be looked at. If you start doing that in the third week, you will probably not come to that main cause. You will not come to that thing which is really the core of it. It will surface. Allow it to come up. There is going to be something. So in the third week, don't focus on it. It will just keep its energy will keep rising to the surface. Allow it to rise to the surface by the fourth week, and then let's see what needs to be done about it. So Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, always a good card to get when there are a lot of swords, and Page of Swords. See, this is again telling you that whatever has happened in the past, whatever is surfacing, do not give it any time and attention. Just leave it. Don't worry about what happened, what anyone said, what you did, what you did not do, etc. etc. Very clearly, Taurus, your reading says do not look back at what is being sorted out. Do not give it any time, effort and energy. Knight of Wands is telling you to put your energy, focus on something new, move on to something else, move on to leave this past behind and move on to something else, because there is nothing left in this other than feeling bad for what has happened and again getting caught in the whole mental drama. Don't get into it. Save yourself that bother as well as the torture. Nine of Swords is very easily you can describe it as mental torture. Why are you putting yourself through it? Cut through that. Be logical, be think through it and tell yourself that why am I thinking about things which are over and done with. You need to be logical. You need to give it good thought and not emotions. Don't allow the emotions to pull you back. When they do, be logical and practical. Think through it. Why are you going back to past emotions when the past does not exist? Why are you thinking about a past when it doesn't exist? You have to cut through this emotional distress as well as the mental torture by clear logical thoughts, and then you will be out of it. And it's actually, I just get this, these words, run away from this. There is nothing left in this for you, Taurus. Just run away from this, turn your back on this, and leave it behind for good. And use the sword of logic, use the sword of reasoning, use the sword of information to cut through this emotional as well as the mental trauma. Don't put yourself through it. And good logical reasoning and good logical thoughts and good information about how to deal with this will help you come out of it. Don't give in to that emotional thing, okay? What's guidance for you for this month? New moon in Libra. Know that you are loved. See, it's a time for new beginning, okay? And with the Libra sign, it's all about, again, thoughts, right? How you balance situations, looking at both aspects of it. Right? So though this card says know that you are loved, yes, whatever happened for a reason, fine, it's okay, but that was one aspect of it. Now you need to move on to something new. You need to move on to this does not happen because somebody dislikes you or the universe dislikes you. These are phases in life. It comes and goes. We need to clear karma, we need to clear baggage, we need to learn a few things. But with this particular issue, You don't even need to go into that. You just need to accept, yes, it happened, but I've come out of it. The universe protected me, it looked after me because it loves me, and I'm out of it, and just let me leave it at that. Again, a new moon card, new moon in Virgo. Trust that all will be well. So this card tells you that don't look back at anything. There is nothing to be gained from it, and knowing that leaving it itself is the best thing you can do. And trust that yes, I can do nothing more. I just leave it, and everything is going to work out very well. And don't want to give any thought or emotion to it because it's not required. And leaving it is the best way of dealing with it. Believe in your good luck. You got the Sagittarius card, so just believe that time was favorable. It has brought you out. There is no going back to it. The universe has been very generous. It has brought you out nicely, so don't go back to it, and re-invite it into your life. So this is your guidance, and this was your reading. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with another reading.